Okay, good morning to you all. Yes, on this Wednesday, yes, I want to say that we started platyhelminthes in the last class and say something about the platyhelminthes, isn't it? So today we are going to study about the platyhelminthes, the remaining part of the platyhelminthes, how they will look like. Okay, all those things we will study today, and I think you should study it, the remaining part or the remaining biggest part we will study in your 11th class itself. So it is very important to study now um, about the platinum. That's only the introduction part you are going to study. Okay. So what all have we said about platinum in the last class? Yes, we say that the body of animals in this group, okay, the body of animals in this group is far more complexly designed than in two other that we have said earlier, and it is complexly designed. The body is bilaterally symmetrical, which will saying that it have left and right side of the body have the same design. Okay, and after that it is differentiated tissues are made from different three layers of cell, that is triploblastic, and this allows what outside and inside bodies as well as some organs to be made. So there is some degree of tissue formation also happening in this. Okay, so these all have been studied in the last class. So we are going to study the remaining one. Okay. So when we are saying about that, there will be no internal body cavity or column, serum in this case, in which the well-developed organs can be accommodated. So there is no true internal body cavity. Okay, so in this case, okay, so there will be no true internal body cavity or coelom in this case. Okay, so in which well developed organs can be accommodated. Okay, in this accommodate. Okay, so the body is flattened dorsiventral. Okay, it is the body is flattened. Body is flattened. How? Dorsiventrally. Okay, dorsiventrally. Okay, that means what is the meaning of dorsiventral? Means top to bottom. Okay, dorsiventral means top to bottom. So which is why these animals are called flatworms. Okay, it is why it is known as the, this is why it is called as the flatworms. Okay, this is why it is called as the flatworms. They are either free living or parasitic. Okay, free living or parasitic. Okay, free living or parasitic. Some examples of free living animals like planarians, parasitic animals like liver flues are examples for this. For this platyhelminthes. Okay, what all are free living organisms? Free living. Example is planarians. Okay, planarians. Okay, free living organism, planarians, and parasitic animals. Parasitic liver fluke. Okay, so what all we have said about the platinum in this, but yes, what you have said the platinum in this, the body of the animals in this group is far more complexly designed than the two other groups we have already said, and the body is bilaterally symmetrical, meaning that the left and right halves of the body have the same design. And after that we have said there are three layers of cells from which differential tissue can be made, which is why the animals are called tropoplastic, and this is why they allow outside and inside body linings as well as some organs from made from this differentiated tissues. So there is thus some degree of tissue formation is taking place. And we say that there is no true internal body cavity. There is no true internal cavity or xylem in which well differentiated organs can be accommodated. Okay, accommodated, and the body is flattened dorsiventrally. It means what? Meaning it means top to bottom, which is it is flattened. Top to bottom it is flattened, and they are so this is why they are called as platforms. So they are either free living or parasitic. Either free living or parasitic. Some examples are free living animals like planarians. Okay. I said yes, free living or parasitic. So for the free living example is planarians. For the parasitic it is liver fluke. Okay, these two are examples. So you can write the notes. After that we will draw the pictures of platinum with us. Okay. So I will give you 3 to 4 minutes, and after that we will get to the next section. Okay, so I think you have okay, so I think we can draw the pictures of flat helminths. Okay, yes. Okay, so these are the three structures of plant helminths, that is planaria, liver fluke and tapeworm. Okay, so you can draw it, and after that we will start the next section, that is nematoda. Okay. Okay, I think you have drawn it already, so we can get into the next section, that is nematoda. Okay. So when we are saying about the nematode, sorry, didn't interrupt this. Okay, nematoda. Okay, so when we are saying about the nematodes, we want to say that okay, so when we are saying about the nematoda, we want to say that the nematode body is also bilaterally symmetrical. Okay. Bilaterally symmetrical and triploblastic. And triploblastic. Okay, so however, when we are saying about that, it is bilateral symmetrical. I think you have known, we have already said about platyhelminthes that platyhelminthes are bilaterally symmetrical, in which the two parts are equally to the end, top to the bottom, it's equal, isn't it? That means the bilateral symmetrical and triploblastic, isn't it? So however, the body is cylindrical rather than flattened. Okay, okay, however, the body is cylindrical rather than, okay, rather than flattened. Rather than flattened. Okay, so body is cylindrical rather than flattened. They have tissues. Okay, there are tissues but no real organs. Okay, there are tissues. There are tissues but no organs are present. No organs are present. No real organs. No real organs are present. Okay, so when we are saying about it, although there is a sort of body cavity or a pseudocoelom is there. Okay, a sort of body cavity or pseudocoelom is there. Okay, sort of body cavity or pseudocoelom is present. So these are very similar to parasitic worms causing diseases, and such as worms causing elephantiasis or worms in the intestines. So they are very similar to them. Okay, so these are very familiar as parasitic worms. Parasitic worms. Okay, which causing elephantiasis. Which causing elephantiasis. Okay, which causing elephantiasis. That means filarial worms. Filarial worms. Okay, so or worms in the intestine. Worms in the intestine, that is roundworms or pinworms. Roundworms or pinworms. Okay, so what all we have said of the nematoda? What we have all said nematoda? Yes, the Nematoda body is also bilaterally symmetrical and triploblastic, as we said about the Platyhelminthes. Okay, so the Nematoda's body is also bilateral, symmetrical and triploblastic. However, the body is cylindrical rather than flattened. Okay, the main difference is that body is cylindrical rather than flattened. Okay, so when we are saying about that, there are tissues. Okay, there are tissues present in this nematoda, but there is no real organs present. Okay, there is no real organs present. Although a sort of body cavity or pseudocoelom is present. Okay, or a sort of body cavity or pseudocoelom is present. Okay, or the sort of body cavity or pseudocoelom is present. Okay. Okay, so these are very similar. As we know that we all heard about elephantiasis, isn't it? We all have said about elephantiasis. So we know that it is very common, or we will heard about it. It is very familiar to us. That is, they are called as parasitic worms. They are parasitic worms which causes diseases such as elephantiasis. Okay, which is caused by filarial worms, and which will form diseases in which will present in intestines, okay, which will present in intestine, that is roundworm or pinworms. Okay, roundworm or pinworms. Okay, that we have read that parasitic worms causing elephantiasis, that is filarial worm, and worms in the intestine, roundworms or pinworms. As you know that filarial means mosquitoes which carry these filarial worms, which will bite us, and we will become what we say, we will have elephantiasis because of that. Okay, so that we are saying that that is very, that we are saying that it is very familiar to us. Okay, that's we are saying that very familiar, that is parasitic worms which causes elephantiasis, and worms in the intestine, that is roundworms or pinworms. Okay, roundworms or pinworms. So you can read that is bilateral, symmetrical and triploblastic, body cylindrical rather than flattened. Okay, there are tissues but no organs, sort of body cavity or pseudocoelom is present. It is very similar that parasitic worms causing elephantiasis, that is filarial worms, worms in the intestine, that is roundworms. So finishing here, it is finishing here. Okay, finishing the, okay, here. Okay, so I think we have finished our time. So we are giving 3 or 4 minutes to write that. After that we will conclude this class, and we will get into the structure of this nematoda and to the next sections on the next class. Okay, so I think you understand the nematoda and platyhelminthes from the last class and this class. Okay, it's very easy to study about those things, and it's easy to know about those things. So this study, I think we are only taking 1 or 2 topics per day, so it's easy to study. It's very easy to study to you. So I'm not taking too much, isn't it? So only taking 1 portion and 2 drawings, 2 sections of each. So I'm not taking too much. So I think you can easily read and study. So you just read, and you just take your own time to study and write correctly the notes. Okay, nicely or correctly you write the notes, and also draw and depict each picture in a clear way in your textbook, notebook, so you can easily study about that. If you don't have to write too much, you can draw it, isn't it? You can draw it and you can depict it, so you will get more marks for that. Okay, so you can easily get marks, so you try for that. Okay, so I will give you 3 or 4 minutes to write that, and after that we will conclude this class. There will be no class after this section. We will get in the next class on Thursday. Okay, Thursday, and till then you read very well, study very well. Okay, so you can read it. I think it's very easy to read, isn't it? So it's not that much tough than the early classes, so it is very easy to read, and so you can attain your good marks in your examination. So we are concluding. Thank you for listening. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.